Hi, it's Moser with an Intro to Reaction Stoichiometry Extra Examples video. So if you're watching this, you should have already watched Intro to Reaction Stoichiometry Part 1 and Part 2. And this is just that point when I would say, hey, do you want to see another problem? And you say, yeah. So we're going to see a few more problems. Let's start with this. If we are told that lithium carbonate reacts with calcium chloride in a double replacement reaction, if 457 grams of lithium carbonate reacts, what mass of lithium chloride could be produced? Well, what's our first step? Our first step is writing a balanced chemical equation, because everything else is going to come out of that. That's where we will get our mole ratios and all that stuff. So let's do that real quick. Okay, we have our balanced chemical equation. Notice that here we had to not only write the equation, we had to predict the products, we had to write correct formulas, so those are skills that you have to continue to use. Well, now we're down to the point where we're told that 457 grams of the lithium carbonate react. That would be this, and we want to know what mass of lithium chloride can be produced. That'd be that. As always with these kind of problems, we're going to set up a factor label, and as always, we're going to start with our given, which is the 457 grams of lithium carbonate. I've put that in the first box, and I know that always units and chemical down here have to cancel what's in the top of the first box. I've put grams of lithium carbonate down in the bottom of that first section, and I know that I want to end up in grams of lithium chloride, so I know I'll need to go through a mole ratio to do that. What that tells me is that up here, I'm going to have moles of lithium carbonate. Okay, so I've put in moles of lithium carbonate, and I haven't plugged in any numbers yet. That's fine. What I want to draw your attention to is the fact that in this first box, my units are different, but my chemical is the same. It finally struck me. That's a really good double check. You can only change one of those two things at a time. So whenever you're looking at a box in a factor label, either the units have to match or the chemicals have to match. You can't change both at once. Just change one thing at a time. Okay, let's put in our next box. Again, we know that the units and chemical down here have to match so that they'll cancel. So we know that we're going to be looking at moles of lithium carbonate there. And since we can change one thing at a time, and our goal is to get over to grams of lithium chloride, this is the point where we would use our mole ratio. So we're going to put in moles of lithium chloride up there. All right, we've got moles of lithium chloride, and obviously we know our numbers there, which we're not ready to plug in yet, will come out of that balanced chemical equation. Once again, units and chemical to down here have to match so that they'll cancel, which means we're going to have moles of lithium chloride there. And in our final box on the top, of course, we're going to have grams of lithium chloride, because that's what we're aiming for. Let's do a quick check before we even plug in any numbers to make sure that this is set up correctly. Remembering what I had said about changing only one thing at a time, let's confirm that in each box, above and below, above and below, above and below, above and below, we're only changing one thing at a time. Well, here we are in lithium chloride, top and bottom, but we're in grams here and moles here. That's fine. Here we're in moles, top and bottom, but we've changed our chemical, so we're in lithium carbonate on the bottom and lithium chloride on the top. Okay, that's legal. Here in this last box, we're in lithium chloride, top and bottom, but we've gone from moles to grams. So as you see, you can only change one thing at a time. Something has to match, either the units or the chemical. Okay, let's plug in some numbers. Well, I know that I'll be getting my mole ratio from the balanced equation and putting it there, but what goes in these boxes? Well, that's going to be my molar mass, so I should calculate that. Okay, so I've calculated my molar masses. Now, what I know is that 1 mole of lithium carbonate is equal to 73.89 grams of lithium carbonate. And I can go up to my balanced chemical equation to find my mole ratio. I see that for every 1 mole of lithium carbonate that reacts, I'll be able to produce 2 moles of lithium chloride. And I also know that 1 mole of lithium chloride has a mass of 42.39 grams. All right, I'm now ready to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide. Okay, I get a raw answer of 524.35322, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. But I want to go back and check my sig figs in my given. I have 3, therefore I'm going to keep this answer to there. My final sig figged answer, 524 grams of lithium chloride can be produced from 457 grams of lithium carbonate. All right, if you still need help, I'll make a series of a few more little videos like this. Watch as few or as many as you would like. Have a good one.